So this is going to be a thought of the 8th house Leo. I'm going to talk about sexuality, a deep part of sexuality. Sexual abuse and my experience with it. And I'm starting out the video very heavy because in my own chart, it shows. So if you look at these planets, it's Venus in the 8th house, the Sun in Chiron, in Mercury in the dead center of the 8th house as well. I mean, Mercury to the small degree, but this Chiron and Sun right here being conjunct, and Venus being in this high degree of the 8th house, means that people will want sexual healing from you, regardless of what your age is, what you feel, how you feel, and what you want and what you desire. And these are some of the things that, when looking at charts and deciphering them for people, I kind of look at. Also, when it comes to my own personal sexuality and me being identifying as like a gay man, I knew that before any abuse. Like, I knew my sexuality way before I got involved with any of this or anything like that. So my Mars being an immutable sign right here in Gemini gives people, let's say mutable signs end up being bisexual. And Mars being in Gemini and being a communicator and kind of, poignant, and also house, the ruler of Mars, the ruler of Gemini is Mercury. But the shared ruler of Mercury is also Virgo, which is in my 9th house. So, it's kind of a square, but it's kind of a very, very powerful, it's a forced trine within the square right here. Because between that, my Jupiter, which is my planet of luck, being dead center of my mind, that's where I'm expansive. I'm a hobby collector, as you can see. I have a keyboard behind me. I have tissue culture. I have a flow hood to do tissue culture under. And if I showed you, I have guitars over there. I have spirituality throughout all of it. So that's kind of a thing. So between my moon emotions being an immutable sign, which can make for a person who is like bisexual or so between my moon here, brain fart, my moon right here, my Mars right here, and my Jupiter right here, it makes for situations that grow quickly when I am like really super attracted to someone on a deep level. I have a Pluto Scorpio. And sometimes in astrology that's just really hard to decipher on a chart. But really, like, I consider that where the ancestors kind of have blessed you, or where you go to really channel those kinds of energies, or focus them, or learn about them more. Which makes sense because I went to visit my Pluto line, which goes right through Nigeria. And my moon line also goes through Nigeria as well. If you look at my astrocartography video. So I try to do some networking there. Dangerous place to network, but it's a place of transformation and stuff. So it's a mixed bag. It really is a mixed bag when it comes to things like that. There are better places to do things, but I think since my chart has such a dominant 8th house, and people like to consider a dark house, you'll end up going to visit potentially dangerous and dark places, and having a degree of comfortability with being in those dark places, and facing those dark challenges and growing from them. And again, dark challenges like sexual abuse. So, but also having Pluto here is actually where those kinds of things can come from. It's like people analyze this, and it's like abuse happens after the 8th house is revealed. Let's just say that abuse happens after the 8th house is revealed. So, and usually the challenging signs are after the 8th house is revealed too, because they want to receive whatever falls out of the 8th house. So it'll be this side. It'll be this area that's that experienced that. And now, as you can see, I have a transiting sun going through this area as well, and some other challenges as well. So yeah, I've been dealing with some relationship stuff too, like everybody else has. And transformation of those things, and transformation of communicating those things, and how I need to go moving forward. And everybody has those challenges, and they see those things. They see, abuses that are kind of triggered in ways. Like I have this really bad relationship experiences, actually. And it's probably a little bit of my fault as well, and a little bit of my own fears coming to manifest. And just manifesting themselves in a really, 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 really fucked up kind of way. Because there's some relationships to where I could just benefit greatly, but they don't necessarily benefit me in a mutual manner. And I try to get into mutually beneficial situations, because the second that things don't get beneficial, it's where this chart turns very, very dark. Now, having an 8th house Leo sun and everything else, and having things like this makes it very easy for entities to latch onto you, or want to, or even want to offer you contracts, or even deals, to do things, to change fate, to change destiny, to change the odds. The butterfly effect is very, very real, and you could change fate by doing something very, 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 something that you think that's very insignificant, and you do it, it could change the fate of all of reality. And having a Leo eighth house right here means that I am very, 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 I have a very, very strong affinity towards divination and knowing what the divine is and how it functions. Also, with my Jupiter and my Venus being so close to together right here, and the ruler of Venus is Taurus. So it being so close together makes you really comfortable at doing these things and seeing these things and processing these things. And even to the degree right now, like I'm very, very like uncomfortable talking about my chart in this way and abuse and sexual abuse and my history dealing with sexual abuse from not just men but women. And sexual interactions that were just not, I wouldn't consider consensual. That's the word, consensual. So me being able to just be able to pull it out and and talk about it is just one of those deep subjects. And many people in the community do experience that type of this type of abuse, because there's a lot of eighth. Most of the time when I'm looking at some gay man's charts, I see a lot of eighth house planets. So that's another sign of sexuality. Recently, I learned that in Vedic astrology, these planets mean something in past lives. For example, a sun in the eighth house means that you karmically may have a curse from your father's side. A Mercury is a sign that you may have crossed a sibling in a past life, while a Venus in this high degree would represent a lover in a past life, or a significant feminine figure. It's like someone may have, how can I say this? This feminine energy is high up there. So one person, or me, I have dealt with a witch in a past life. And the witch reincarnates lineage-wise, giving me my psychic abilities, but also giving me other abilities as well. But also, attracting other negative things karmically as well. With it being an opposition to Saturn in this very, very strange way. So that's what a couple of those planets are. Jupiter is, if you have Jupiter in the 8th house, it would mean that you have betrayed a teacher. If you have Saturn in the 8th house, it means that in a past life you may have betrayed a complete network or your country or some significant organization of people. I think that's all of them. Oh, if you have Mars, I think what was Mars? Skips my mind right now. Mars is skipping my mind right now. What was said about Mars? But if it's something that you're interested in, I would suggest looking further into Vedic astrology, on those types of things and what planets mean in the eighth house. I want to probably do some more of that stuff too, because it was, I mean, I did a little bit of Vedic earlier on, when I started out astrology, and then I went to study other types that really make sense and really resonate with me. And this is one of those things that resonate with me, with the cusp and all. So that's my thoughts of the eighth house Leo. If you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm very appreciative of my subscribers and everything. I know I haven't posted in years. The reason why I haven't posted in years is because, well, whenever I tend to brag about things, I end up losing them, or end up getting them taken away, or someone ends up hating and my energy is getting drained, or they want to do some kind of destiny transfer kind of shit. And then I'm like, okay, fine, you can do this too. Go. I have multi-facets to where I could do damn near anything. And I try to do my best to help others. And I try to go out my way to help others sometimes. Even though it can sometimes be very detrimental to me. It could be very detrimental to me to try to help others, because it takes a lot to heal in the eighth house. The eighth house is like transformation, sex, the occult, other people's money. So to be able to heal in those ways is a tough fucking responsibility. And to be given these kinds of planets and this much creativity is a tough fucking responsibility. So I appreciate people bearing with me and me sometimes, being in the light and, kind of back out. And really just know when I'm in the dark, I'm actually developing. It's actually like a metamorphosis kind of thing. And I have to do those transformations within myself, because they're important to my own growth. So I really appreciate the likes, the comments, people subscribing, and it's really helped me out. I really would love to do this full time and have a community to where I'm communicating with people, creating videos with people, creating content, helping them grow, helping people find their destiny, and finding out where they really need to go to where they're the happiest. So that's what I really want to do, and I really want to process. I really helping people has been one of my things. Ever since I got out of being homeless, I've been trying to help people. And this is one of the ways I want to actually help people and help the world and help heal the world, because the world needs a lot of healing right now, and God needs all of its angels to be doing the work that they need to be doing, and he needs all of his angels to remember who they are, and I will help do that. But also, the truth. I'm going to talk to you about my dark side in the next video. Because it isn't all happy and doing good. But I also want to be able to derive goodness out of a dark place. But there are dark things that can be done.